Hey, what is up? We are live. We are here today with myself. We're going to draft a big board, probably draft something else. Not sure what after that, but let's say hi to the chat first. We have Pepper Tony. We have Megatron here calling out Pepper Tony for not smashing the like. Don't be like Pepper Tony. Remember to smash the like. Uh, but we're going to get to some news, and we're going to get to that news after the intro.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls in descent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills. Flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, Cayman chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire, drafted through the veins.
Welcome, Mike Rob, and I'm sure I will. I just seen it posted. I have things to do later tonight, but whenever I get back, I'm definitely going to look into it, see what needs to happen for me to join it. I feel like if nothing else, it'll be fun. And what's up, Chad Candles? How we doing? So let's get to the Kirk Cousins news. He got 5-year deal, basically a 1-year, $20 million deal. I think this has been something that was going to happen one way or another. Like we've heard for a while that they're going to that they want to not play a rookie straight out of the gate. It's a Brady thing. Brady believes in it. The GM also kind of believes in it. So it only made sense that they were eventually going to add a veteran of some kind to start at least the beginning of the season. Now, Brady redshirted his entire rookie season. I don't think that that'll necessarily happen. I think he'll probably play. I think Cousins will probably play till whenever the bye week is, assuming it's before week like 10 or 10 or earlier. Now, that to me makes Mendoza draftable if he drops to like 180 to basically to 200. And I think that makes Cousins semi-draftable. Because if that's what happens, like probably like if Cousins isn't there the whole year, like it's not really that great of a pick. Like if he could get you through the first 12 weeks and give and assist you to advance, and you just have two quarterbacks to the playoffs, so assuming he would be your third, like I think that that's fine, right? Like I think that is worth it. But if you only get like 7 weeks out of Cousins, and they aren't the playoff weeks, is it really worth it? In my eyes, it is not. Now, this is better news than no news for the the previously drafted Cousins teams, because at least he's going to see some usage. But yeah, I definitely need to look into the Peach contest thing. I seen 2 people put something out. I don't know if that was a requirement. I'll talk to everybody in Discord later tonight about it. I'll definitely put something out for it for sure. I know Chad Candles is also interested in that, and I'm definitely looking forward to the collab with him. I was actually just about to message him earlier today. We were trying to get something set up for this week. That didn't work out, so we will do something in the future. What's up, Hartman? How we doing? But the Cousins news is the big news. And I think that is how I'm going to play it. But we have 14 more big boards to do, and we're going to jump in a big board in 15 seconds.
We never leave the rhyme. Fury, endless, mix, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right, we're gonna put on. We got +7 right now. We're gonna put on some background music. Let's go. Let's go with this one. we're going to run this one for now. Yeah, we got 14 more drafts to do. Got to do this one. Might do a drafters $3 after this one. I want to do 2 drafts today, but I don't want to use more of these bullets. I plan on doing the War Room. By the way, there is a new contest on Underdog, the War Room. We will. I'm sure everybody in here already knows, but it is a 2 of 12, 2 of 10, 2 of 10, 30-seat final. To where 20K is up top. It's $25 to enter, $100 to max. If you get to the finals and you max the contest, you get your money back, and you at least double your money if you don't finish in the bottom 5. So I think that it's a really good contest, and it's a pretty like it's kind of top heavy, but then it's flat. Like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, like, are all reasonably flat. So like I really, really like that. I know a lot of people prefer the gigantic up top payment. I like the flatter payment, like first being double and then it being flat. That's the one I like. Yeah, I have a hard time not liking. Love all of these songs. What's up, Forey? How we doing? This is a big board. But yeah, I was doing other things earlier today, and I have a Easter thing to go to tonight. So whenever I get back, I'm going to look into the contest thing for sure. And then I got to work the next 2 days. So we will figure out what we need to do over the weekend for sure. We got Forey Wayne at the 12. We got the 10. Not sure if Jimmy is in here. I think they used to. We got Rusty at the 5. Thanks for popping in, everybody. We're looking to kind of smooth out exposures and get unique combinations at this point with the players that I do like. There is a player or two that I was very high on that I haven't taken a whole lot lately because of price differences. Like I had a bag of David Montgomery before he moved. I had a bag of Baishal Tootin before he moved. I'm underweight on Tootin now. But yeah, there are Select Achan at his ADP. It's the you're picking a 6. Welcome, Jordan Delaney. You are Delaney, I guess. Nice. I like the username is pretty recognizable. If you're new to the channel, I hope you enjoy the content. Don't think I've drafted with you before, at least not knowingly, at least. So I could see myself taking some Achan. I don't love it. I absolutely. We need to do the poll. By the way, we did not start the poll. Do you like the likely next pick feature? That is the poll question. Be sure to vote. So Achan, I'm still at 5.6%. If I don't draft him again, I'll end at 5%. And like James Cook, I'm basically at field. Genty, I'm slightly ahead. Like I like all of these ADPs right now. I do want to be overweight on these players. I'm going to take Ashton Genty. And we know what that means. That means we get the clip.
Yo, yo, yo. Getting Jenny with it. Getting Jenny with it.
All right. So we have Genty now. Now we're going to look for the unique combinations here with the combo tool, assuming it pops up. All right. So I don't have any with Saquon. I don't have any with K Walker. Um, I think Walker is a really good pick right now. Most of my Walker was before. We're gonna do the Walker thing though. We're gonna do the divisional correlation thing, which I have 0 of. Needs an F. No opinion. It seems pointless. Peppertoni absolutely does not like it. I'm kind of in that thing. Get Jenny with it. That's right. That's right. That's what we do here. We get Jenny with it, man. Every time, like, I think he's a great pick this year. And the Kirk Cousins news. The one thing I didn't say is that's kind of bullish for Genty and for Brock Bowers, in my opinion, because they're not going to have to deal with a rookie at the beginning of the season that hasn't played in the NFL. And at least by the time Mendoza gets to play, he's going to have got taught quite a bit by a guy who's been successful in the NFL. Maybe not elite, but successful, right? So I think that is very, very good news overall for the Raiders skill position players as well. I think Trey Tucker should get a boost. I think that it's reasonably good for Jack Besh. If Jalen Naylor, I think it's good for all of those guys. Genty good if you believe they fixed the line. I don't know if Linderbaum fixes it himself. I don't think Linderbaum fixes it himself, but they did have some injuries last year, right? And they didn't really have like their line intact, and like each one individually, like they did improve throughout the year while they were healthy. So, and this is coming from a guy I know that knows the Raiders pretty well. He actually doesn't hate them, and I think GAB probably would agree. Like, they don't need like all offensive linemen. Like, their left tackle, I can't remember his name right now, who was hurt, Colton Miller, right? He's a solid left tackle. He just wasn't really healthy a lot. The other tackle was fine. He wasn't good, and then he semi improved throughout the season. And it could be that all of them sucked because Chip Kelly was calling plays that weren't in the book, and they were just confused the whole time. And whenever they finally got somebody who were calling some plays that was okay, they were better. But they were starting to learn in the middle of a season out of the blue, right? Now, I'm not saying that is definite, but it is something that's there. And I don't, like I said, I don't think Lindenbaum fixes it himself, but I do think that is the most important piece for a young quarterback as well, is getting that safe or the. So I don't think I have any Kenneth Walker with Rashee Rice. We're gonna do the full KC thing on this team. We're gonna be a homer today. I don't have a lot of Rice, but if we're gonna do the division thing, let's do the whole thing. Let's build this house out of straw and see what happens. It's just, we're gonna build it out of straw. No regrets. I don't love this. I know I could have probably got him at 39, but I'm perfectly fine with this. I've been getting some Bucky now that he falls all the time as well. So I have almost 15% Zay. I think Loveland's a great pick right now, but I think I was hoping to get Ibuka there. I think I want Devonta Smith on this team. Give us a guy who's gonna like have several spikes and be a solid player for many weeks. So the team through 4 rounds, we have Ashton Jetty, we have Kenneth Walker, we have Rashee Rice, we have Devonta Smith. You agree. Cousins definitely good for Raiders and Kubiak out of the gate. No rookie learning curve to start the season. Yeah. Yeah, I think everybody would pretty much agree with that. And I do like Mendoza as a prospect. I know some don't necessarily love him as a prospect. So, but this is kind of the best of both worlds. It is kind of odd that the signing came the day after the pro day. Like, that timing feels a little weird. Maybe they went to the pro day and they're like, we are going to take him, but we do think that he needs a little more time. Like, he's definitely going to need time. I think timing on signings do matter. And the fact that it happened the day after the pro day, or 2 days, I think it was 1 day after though, definitely to me feels like that is an important factor in the signing. Kind of like I think it was an important factor that it was as soon as the arm links came in that the Titans traded for Jermaine Johnson. So, like, once you get information, if you don't like that information as much as you originally expected, that's the time to make the move, right? And they went out and they made this move directly after. I don't understand the point of adding all those void years on that contract. Like, why not just have the 1 year deal? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. But it is what it is. Like, can't really change it. But yeah, I will say your likely next pick thing on the phone looks better than it does on the app or on the PC, because I have my phone up currently, but it's going great. How's it going with Steve? In case Mendoza is a disaster or something, well, it could be that, like, they at the pro day, there were some people saying that they questioned his arm strength a little bit more than they were expecting to. Maybe the Raiders were one of the teams that went there, seen that, and they're like, maybe we need to, like, make sure we have another guy just in case he's not really ready yet. But I don't know. Like, probably thinking too hard on it. In your golf tracks, I know my likely next pick is wearing a hat. Gotta love it. I think since we're doing the KC thing on this team, we're gonna play the hits. We're gonna take Scatabo here. We're gonna take our guy. I do have DeAndre Swift ranked above Cam Scatabo. Not going to lie about that. I don't have a whole bunch of Jalen Hurts. I do prefer Jaden Daniels. But I don't know. I think I'm just going to take a receiver here. I'll take one of these guys. Well, not Joe Burrow. And I kind of like Alec Pierce over these guys. But Trevor Lawrence has been falling a lot. So I would love to get Brian Thomas here. And Parker Washington, I'm kind of coming around to being maybe the better pick. But I do need some PTJ. So I think we're going to take him if we can. If not, actually, I have a hard time getting to Tyler Warren. I'm needing to get to some of him, but we're going to do that when we're on the other side of the board, I think. Or at least, or in the middle of the board. It feels a little better. So the team right now, we have Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, and Cam Scatabo. And then we have Rashee Rice, Devonta Smith, and Brian Thomas. What's up? I'm not worried. So I'm basically going 1.5 times the field on Scatabo because I don't believe that it's going to happen. Number one, I think that they're not I think that the Titans are going to do it. And number two, I think that the Giants are still just trying to bait out a trade. Um, that's, and if I'm wrong, I'll just adjust post draft, right? Like, I'm not going to have 30% Scatabo. 12.5 to 13% is 1.5 times the field, right? So I'm just going to make the bet that way instead of betting on Love to the Giants or whatever, right? Take it for what it's worth. I now live in Indy. They said he balled out yesterday. All I heard was positive news at the pro day. Oh, nice. Yeah, like, I was just kind of wondering, based on the timing of it, like, the people on the internet are always haters, right? Like, the people who hate on things generally get more publicity, so like, it's easier to post negative comments, you know. BTJ, much better pick. Still not buying the FUD and Washington buyer stuff. I just don't trust Trevor Lawrence to throw outside the numbers. I do. Brian Thomas is the pick that has the best upside. Like I don't think Parker Washington at the end of the beginning of next year is going to be a guy that we're like talking about at the 3-4 turn. Brian Thomas could be a guy that we're taking at the 3-4 turn next year. Like, assuming things go correctly. This is the all-risk squad. Both Rashee Rice, Cam Scatabo. Absolutely. We are embracing everything. Come on. We are not scared. That's right, Micro. Raver turning over a new leaf. Time to win in Vegas. Parker Washington, 6th round pick. Random third-year breakout when BTJ's hurt. People taking last year and running with it. I don't know. I do definitely like Parker a lot more on the full PPR sites. Yeah. BTJ was very bad by ADP set by the market last year, who didn't have enough backing him to support it. This year's price seems like a good gamble. Yeah. I expected to be overweight on him, but whenever I've been on this side of the board, I've been taking a lot of Swift and Scatabo, and I have a bag of Carnell Tate. I think that Carnell Tate is the clear receiver over him, and I kind of like Alec Pierce over Thomas, but I agree. I only have 5%, and I do think that is too low. We almost get Jalen Hurts all the way back. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to take Lawrence first and see if we can push Mahomes around the corner. I mean, if Forey wants to do his 6 wide receiver worthy with Mahomes, he could do that. But I trust him. Now we just have to dodge the naked Mahomes from Ranger Rick. So we end up getting the 2 quarterbacks. More risk. We are adding more risk with Patrick Mahomes and Brian Thomas Jr. here. So we have all the risk. Whenever we say all risk, we mean all risk. Think Washington feels Shakir like? I mean, he's going exactly where Shakir went last year, and we see that Shakir was fine at that ADP. Not good, but fine. He just doesn't offer the big spike weeks. But we also seen Washington have bigger spike weeks last year than Shakir. So I do think that he should be ahead of him. And he's ahead of him by 30 picks, though. I think that Myers should be closer to the 8-9 turn. I think that Parker Washington should kind of stay around where he is. I think Brian Thomas is kind of in the right. I think they're all kind of pretty close to where they need to be. BTJ is MHJ, just in a different retirement cities. You're not necessarily wrong there. For sure. But yeah, I don't have any. I have very little Rashee Rice. I definitely didn't have a Rice plus Walker team. And I wanted it with a Genty team. because I do like Jitty quite a bit. So I was planning on taking players I was high on, but instead we end up taking a couple quarterbacks we were a little lower on and BTJ, but we still have the rest of the draft. Like there weren't players I was fading intentionally, at least. I prefer a BLT over BTJ. I get it. I get it. I prefer BTJ. I'm not a tomato guy. Took your first rice share yesterday, big KC stack. Yeah, I'm trying to stay at 5%. Basically, like I do think he could be the best pick on the board. But it's a very risky pick, right? Like it's just a very risky pick. If the league doesn't do anything, which I do think that they probably do, like if he misses 6 games, I don't love the pick. And I don't think if he gets suspended, it's going to be 6 games. But if he doesn't get suspended, he's like the best pick on the board, right? So we're going to take the fall on Laporta here. And continue to push wide receiver. We could just do the huge KC stack thing too. Like I would be fine with any of these. I wouldn't even mind adding Concepcion to this team. I think Concepcion would actually make more sense. Or actually Tony Pollard. Because Tony Pollard would have been a bet on Tennessee, like taking. So what do I want here? I think we just do the big stack, right? We just lean in to the one big KC stack that we're going to have. I'm a KC fan. I would at least like to have a team or two like in my portfolio. Like this is definitely my first Mahomes, Walker, Rice worthy stack that I've made. Fields on this team. No, we're not going to do that. I will have 0 Fields. That's just where I'm at. I'm just going to have 0 Fields. What's up, Nice and Blunt? Go check out their channel. I think they just finished streaming. They were live a little bit ago. Thank you for popping in here. And thank you for hitting the like. Wow, the contest to impress Pete, not Davis. Yeah, well, this isn't the video to impress Pete. I don't even know what the rules of the contest are, but I will definitely be involved. Sky Moore is a Packer, just so you know. Mr. Sky Moore, one man that I'm very happy is not on the Kansas City Chiefs anymore, is Sky Moore. So let's see what our friend in the 6 hole's been doing. We got Jonathan Taylor, Drake London, Travis Etienne or Etienne, Echan. I don't know. Words. Colson Loveland, Lamar Jackson, Alec Pierce, Jalen Warren, Romeo Dobbs, Wandale, Josh Downs. Very, very solid squad. I like this all the way through. Very well built at every position. The earlier you get your tape and start your campaign, the better for the Pete contest. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't know what it entails right now because I seen it about 12 minutes before I went live. I was like, well, I'll look into this later tonight. I mean, are we gonna get Gadsden? I was gonna say if we get Gadsden all the way back, we're doing that, right? I think he does go. Why not? We're just having fun now. We're just taking all the Chiefs. I'm not going to recommend anybody to make this team. Do not follow this recipe. This is the recipe of a slappy. This is not the recipe for somebody who's trying to win. Nico Remigio, welcome to the squad. Thanks, man. New to watching streams, but have been a DJ best baller for a few years now. Well, you are welcome here. If you want to talk best ball as well, I have a link to a free Discord down below as well. We all, a few of us are in there pretty often, chatting. So I think I want Coleman here. There is a little bit of buzz to Coleman being linked to Seattle. So if that's true, I do want some shares. What's up, Chiado? I need to find you on X so I can get a hold of you, sir. I don't know what your X handle is or Discord. Either one would work. Remember, you're liking the stream to support who? Not this team. Absolutely. Jamie's the only one in there posting it, so and I forgot to mute my Discord. And welcome to the Discord, Missy. Yeah, half of it's us. We normally sit in the hangout section and just troll each other. Sometimes post what we want, like need something filled or whatever. But it's a good time. It's just like a YouTube chat for drafts that we randomly end up in together. Absolutely. Welcome back, Game Tight. How we doing? University of Washington ties, Link Seattle are understandable. Absolutely. Right? Like there's a lot of links there. Jonah Coleman has came out and said that like they had a very positive combine interview, I believe it was. And obviously like the 30 visit stuff, but like they're going to visit the ones in state because it's a free visit. So I wasn't planning on doing a War Room 2 yet. Guess we could. I was planning on doing a drafters one and to doing the War Room like Sunday evening or something. I was kind of hoping to get in some like a War Room or two like later at night on the holiday weekend when people have been drinking, to be fair. But we could do one if we get enough people in here and vote. Like we're only at 25 likes. We'll get those up though. But we could be talked into one. All right, so I'm definitely thin at wide receiver, but if Rice is like this is a bet on Rice not being suspended, right? So if he's suspended, this team's probably dead anyway. And I'm pretty fine stopping at those wide receivers if I have to. And these running backs are pretty strong as well. Diggs was definitely the guy I wanted, but why not try to impress Davis even more and take Travis Hunter here and run back that, like, let's just have two gigantic stacks. Like, what? Like, I don't think this is the right strategy to have, but we could just go double huge stacks here. And see what happens with that. That's too much Keaton Mitchell. I probably won't select him the rest of the contest. All of my shares are tied to BBG with him. Bum hunting on Jesus' big day. Well, maybe I believe that Jesus is going to help me that day. Yeah, we'll definitely take the Strange pick there as well. Uh, I've been talking about this a little bit. I don't know what it entails right now, but I absolutely plan on it. Like, I for sure plan on doing that. I just found out about it like 12 minutes before my stream, so yeah, no, it's 100. It's 100 max. Love Stars, who was autoing Kenneth Walker at the 106, and Davis Maddock, who was autoing him at the 106 or 107, are both max now. So now that Kenneth Walker's ADP is like 10 flat, now they're done. And you can get some shares of Kenneth Walker if you would like in that contest. So a lot of people are already like Alex is maxed on that as well. On the third day, he rose from the dead and drafted best ball teams on the Who Hames network. He's with me in spirit right now, just so you know. That's my strategy every time I go to IHOP. 2 gigantic stacks. Man, I live so far away from an IHOP. Like, it's like a 2-hour, like, there's a forget what they call, like, the mini IHOPs, not the real IHOPs, but like the real small, the ones that there's like 3 chairs in. Basically the Waffle House of IHOPs. We have one of those around here. Davis Maddock is to drafters as Gilbert Arenas draft BBM drafts. Prove me wrong. But yeah, I don't necessarily love the team, but it's not bad. It's definitely not good. But I wanted a gigantic KC stack. We got a 4X KC stack. We got a 3X Trevor Lawrence stack. So we are doing some things here. Only 3 chairs? Sounds like you walked into someone's kitchen. I live in a town of 4,000 people, and the big city around me is 12,000 people. So take with that what you will. I don't even know if 4,000 is right. I haven't looked at the census for the city in like 15 years. So no actual idea. It's less than 7K. I will promise you that. All right, so those guys did go. I do want a few more shares of him, but I do think that this team could use Christian Kirk. But we'll take Calvin Ridley for the divisional correlation here with the Jaguars. And then if Kirk comes back around, we'll take Kirk. If not, we'll take the team stack with Trey Tucker here. We could take more divisional correlation there. We could take the team stack as well there. I definitely need an extra RB here. I think I'm kind of feel like the RBs fall off pretty hard. But everybody's scared of Vidal right now, so I think that I'm going to take the wide receiver first. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. All right. We get Christian Kirk. So the team right now, we got a 2-4-7-3. We got Trevor Lawrence, Patrick Mahomes. We have Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, Cam Scatabo, Jonah Coleman. Wide receivers, Rashee Rice, Devonta Smith, Brian Thomas Jr., Xavier Worthy for the double stack, Travis Hunter for the double stack, Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Laporta, Kelsey for the triple, and Britton Strange for the triple. So Actually, Mahomes has the quad stack with Kenneth Walker. This will be my one and only Mega Chief stack in the pre-draft stuff. Ravens met with Stowers. Ooh. I think that that's a really, really solid pick for them in the second round. Like, he's going to take more time than a year to really, like, he's not a pick for this year in my eyes. So, yeah. Davis Maddock is to Bashaw Tutin's ADP as Tom Brady is to winning Super Bowls. But yeah, I think Stowers in the second to the Ravens would be a really, really fun spot for Dynasty. And it wouldn't be the worst spot for it really wouldn't be the worst spot for him either for this year, although because Andrews can do everything and it would allow him to kind of play more like a receiver. And we'll probably get the talk if that happens that like all of the stuff we heard about Elijah Arroyo last year about how they would like him to split him out quite a bit. Like, I could totally see that with Stowers, right? Like, with Stowers' inability to block, supposedly, and the Ravens' inability to find a tall receiver for the red zone, like, it all would make a lot of sense. Claire really seems like a Raven tight end. I think they could draft two. They could absolutely draft two. Like, they need a wide receiver 1 or 2, right? Like, they need a wide receiver on the outside, like an outside wide receiver. Like, but an X receiver, not a wide receiver 1. They need an X receiver. So like round 2, like if they could, I don't know, make a trade up to the early round 2 for Denzel Boston. If Boston's still there, if they want to go the route of one of the round 3 guys like Bryce Lance or something, like that would make sense for them. They might, because Ravens GM earlier this offseason mentioned that they will be using their tight end as fullbacks in the new offense. Perfect analogy. You should do SAT prep teaching. So I almost took Darnell Mooney with the last pick. So he does go. Ray Davis is a player I want to get a couple more shares of. So if he's available, I will take him. I also chose Genty over him, so it's kind of a correlated bet on the draft as well. And if Scadabo's healthy, like if everything goes right with this team, like we're good with those 5 running backs because Scadabo is RB1 with the Giants, right? And we have our double anchor. So I'm fine stopping here if I need to. And we could take, like, I think we're going to take, do we take it? Did Kirk Cousins go? Cousins didn't go. What wide receivers are left? I think we just take Aaron Rodgers here as a naked quarterback, like as a second quarterback in case Mahomes isn't healthy to start the season. Like, I don't need him stacked. I just need to, like, if Mahomes isn't healthy beginning of the season, like, yeah, it's probably kind of toast anyway because I'm super invested in KC on the team. But it will give me some sort of an out to get him there as well. Yeah, that was a pretty good analogy, sir, for sure. But we are planning on doing a second draft. I haven't decided yet what we're going to draft, though. I kind of want to save my my war rooms, but it looks like it may fill this weekend. It's already 6% filled. And there's only, so there's been what, 294 entrants would be divided by 12, 12, 50, there's been 15 rooms already, and it launched like 4 hours ago. That like, so 6%, it's 6.5% filled. It launched like 4 hours ago with 15 rooms, so it's filling like 4 rooms an hour basically. It's already, like, I get it. Some people will be out of those bullets pretty soon, but yeah. I was just doing the math, and it definitely feels like it'll be filled by latest like next Thursday. The Degen are thirsty for more drafts. Like, and whenever this maxes pretty quick, then they'll put out, like, I still think they'll put out another little board, but just instead of 189,000 entrants, they'll like make it 50 max and make it 50K entrants. And that'll fill pretty easily, I think. I know I would max it. All right, so Elijah Surratt is kind of a really good fit to end up going to play with Aaron Rodgers. He has connection with the coaching staff, I believe it is. I can't remember exactly what it is. I know Steve was talking about it. Little board, big flop. Well, they just, it was an obvious flop too. Like, it was just it was poorly designed is all. Like, and it's hard to argue that it was poorly designed. All right, so I'll take Troy Franklin here. We don't have a Denver piece for the potential bring back. We have a piece of 3 of the teams in that division. That gives us 8 receivers. I think we just take another receiver. I was thinking about taking Dontavian Wicks. I think he's a pretty good click right now. He hasn't been drafted very often. Did Dotson go? I need to get a couple shares of Dotson as well. This feels like a Jahan Dotson team. Go with the one rookie team here. Or do we take Malachi Fields again? I haven't taken him in a while. We're going to take Dotson on this team. All right, so a team. We got a 3-5-9-3. We got Trevor Lawrence. We got Patrick Mahomes. We have Aaron Rodgers. By the way, if we get to 30 likes, we're 4 likes away. I'll do a war room. If we don't, I'm probably going to do a Drafters $3 mini. So RBs, we got Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, Cam Scatterbo, Jonah Coleman, Ray Davis. Like I said, I think that was good enough to stop because either Scatterbo is worth it or he's not. And we have double anchor anyway. Wide receivers, Rashee Rice, Devonta Smith, Brian Thomas, Xavier Worthy for the double stack. It ends up being a quad stack. Travis Hunter for the triple stack. Calvin Ridley, Christian Kirk, Troy Franklin, Jahan Dotson, tight end, Laporta, Kelsey, Brenton Strange. 3-5-9-3, not a bad team. Not necessarily the team I would normally draft. Like I said the entire time, like I'm actually not super in on Kansas City as a elite offense for this year, but Dotson surely locked his wide receiver for what it's worth. I mean, I think Zacchaeus was keeping Luther Burden off the field for 13 weeks last year. So I wouldn't necessarily say he's a lock to be a wide receiver too. I think it's kind of a 50-50 between those two, to be honest with you. Like, I actually kind of lean that it'll be Zacchaeus. The Surratt Steelers connection, Frank Signetti Jr. is assistant offensive coach on the team. Okay, got it. So, Omar Cooper as well. Sometimes these contests linger for a while. It needs to be the same amount of max entrance as the big board. Wouldn't be so sure if it snap fills. Are you talking about if they did a new little board? All right, let's go over the teams here. Rusty, if you're here, say something. If not, I will not review. We still need 3 likes for the War Room. We got a 3-7-8-2 here. We got Lamar Jackson, Daniel Jones, Tua. Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Travis Etienne, Jalen Warren, Mike Washington, Brian Thomas, Nicholas Singleton, and Adam Randall. I was looking for B-Rob. You pulled them up. I'm not a big fan of the Washington pick, but it makes sense in this room. And then Drake London, Alec Pierce, Romeo Dobbs, Wandale Robinson, Josh Downs, Deebo Samuel, Jeremy Bernard, Pat Bryant. You had me at Pat Bryant. Everything is forgiven. Awesome team. Best team ever drafted. You got Pat Bryant. Colson Loveland. Chig Okonkwo. I take back all the negativity on the Mike Washington pick because you have my boy Pat Bryant. So you're welcome. A+. A+, sir. All right, we got Forey here. We got a 3-6-8-3. Justin Herbert, Jackson Dart, Jordan Love. Running backs, RJ Harvey, Tony Pollard, Aaron Jones, Keaton Mitchell, Najee Harris, Ollie Gordon. It's a pretty solid, like, 0 RB room. I really like the top 3 for 0 RB. I like the Najee click at the end, and you got your 2 darts in Keaton Mitchell and Ollie Gordon. Because you assume those top 3, get a guaranteed volume of some sort. Might be splitting loads, but they will have some volume. And Najee could end up in a good spot. Then we got Jefferson, Neighbors, Garrett Wilson, Ladd, Watson, Malik Washington, Trey Harris, Dontavian Wicks, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews, and Freiermuth. So you got Ladd. You got the double stack here. Ladd plus Trey Harris. You got Jackson Dart with Isaiah Likely and Neighbors. You pulled Neighbors up to get this unique combination. I've done this once. I think that this is super smart. I like this quite a bit. All right, we got similar to big board, not exactly 1-to-1. The War Room needs like 1,100 people to max or fill it. Right. A lot of time contests like that fill fast and then start to putter and linger for a bit. Yeah, they do. But that is definitely true. I just wonder if I'm just wondering if, because it's a holiday weekend, if it doesn't fill way faster than normal. Because we do know that on holiday weekends, generally the drafts fill way faster. Thank you for popping in. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you haven't subbed and you enjoy it, please leave me a sub. At 500 subs, we're going to do a 12-hour live stream post-draft. We're also 1 like away from the War Room, just so y'all know. Not a lot of birdies or hats in this squad. Team is dead. Absolutely. No hats. Absolutely cooked. So let's just assume. I mean, I said 30 likes. We're not there. Let's look and see. Drafters is pretty far away. I don't honestly want to do a little, like a big board, because I want to save my last 13. Somebody just unliked, but I think I'm going to try a war room anyway. We'll see if we can get it filled. If we can get it filled, we will do it. But we're going to join a war room, and we're going to join it in 15 seconds.
Bestball began to rest. We never leave the brine. Fury, endless, mix, relentless, fantasy, reigns. Who waits? Immortal.
All right, we are waiting on 5, so we will see if this fills. We'll give it a few minutes. And if it doesn't move, we will. Okay, we're +2, so we should get it to fill. Just so you guys know, unlike last year, the war room was it was a 4 of 12 advance. This year it's a 2 of 12, but then it wasn't an unlike, it was a vote for drafters. So, by the way, KY, I think I normally can't stream on Fridays, but I think tomorrow I will stream. And I'm probably going to do drafters, and it'll be later. It'll be like 7 p.m. Central, so 8 p.m. Eastern. And the reason why is because, like, for work, we were allowed to alter our Sunday because we technically get Friday off, but I work weekends, and they're letting us move our Sunday to tomorrow. But since it's only the weekend shift going to be there, we're going to work a different time. So I'm going to go in at 5 a.m. So I'll actually be available. I don't have the short turnaround on that Friday night, so I'm going to be able to stream tomorrow. So I think I'm going to pop in and do some Drafters Minis, at least one Drafters Mini tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central Time. Might be 6:30, probably be more like 6:30 Central for anybody who wants to do some Drafters. We get the 102. We got Dak at the 3. We have Game Tide at the 5. We have Danimals at the 8. This is their second one today on stream. We got Mufasa at the 9. We got Fori at the 11. And we got Seanock, I see in my streams a bit. Thank you all for paying attention and drafting here. So we've ran really hot on early picks on our big drafts. So I've done 4 of big boards, and I've been top 3 picks in all 4. I've had the 3 twice, and I've had the 2 twice. So I have 2 Jahmyr Gibbs teams. I have 1 Bijan. Bijan fell to the 3. I have 1 Jamar Chase team in my bigger boards right now. So starting the war room off with a Gibbs share feels pretty good. My earlier war rooms, we can look through them. This was the one that Jamie was supposed to do with me, but he joined as well. I picked at the end. Got a interesting thing here. I took Tyreek at 159, RIP. I took Jake Tonjes. Like, it's an okay team, not great. This team, we got at the 101. Bijan, Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, Bashal Tootin, Emmanuel Wilson. Look at that. Look at that team. Lamar Jackson, Kyler at 145, Aaron Rodgers, Egbuka, Parker, Addison. Got the Phantom Addison, Kyler stack, Xavier Worthy, Debo, Early, Jaden Reed, Surratt, Torrey Horton, Bateman. So wide receivers could use some help. RIP to Theo. It feels like a fun team, though. Back on over to this. I'm not allowed to comment on that topic anymore, Peppertoni. Maybe they should change the wording, but it's a function of itself. 1-0, time to pull up Kadarius. Time to Tony, ship it. Yeah, I really, really am. And I'm fine with that because I'm gonna take Bijan at the 101 every time, but I'm going to take Gibbs at the 102 every time. Like, I think that I think that Nico and Olave are undervalued right now, and I don't love the Pickens price, but I'm fine with it, right? So like having the ability to do that, I would love to get one where Derrick Henry falls back. You also have a war room with a Josh Allen unstacked. By the way, it was a video, not a live stream, but Nice and Blunt and I recorded the video. And the entire time we took Josh Allen on the war room, and I pitched every pick. I was like, we should take Mike Evans because he could end up being the stack here. I'm like, we should take Omar Cooper because he could be the stack to Josh Allen. You know, the only guy we didn't take, DJ Moore. It was all people who were like free agents or rookies. Like, this could be the Josh Allen stack. You know what we didn't land? A Josh Allen stack. Fantastic. It was fantastic work by both of us. The team ended up being pretty solid, though. Like, all in all, the team was solid. So I'm probably gonna do Pickens here. No? Did I get Nico in? I clicked Nico. Did it work? I don't know. If I get Chase Brown, it's fine. Okay, so I did get Nico. That feels good. I'm going to do Jacobs here, I think, though. I don't have any Josh Jacobs in these high entry contests. It's also divisional correlation with Gibbs. Gives me a good double anchor start with a hero wide receiver as well. I like this combination. I love the wide receivers that come back at 47 and 49 or 50. I'll definitely have some options. And I think that Colson Loveland's like the best pick on the board. I know in this room with Dak and Game Tight, if Danimals might even take Loveland here at 41. Like, I know I'm not going to get Loveland back, but if I do, I would love it, right? Amazing team despite not having the intended sack. And I mean, usually what you need is unsack Josh Allen, right? But yeah, I would recommend you guys to go watch that. We were vibing. It was an awesome video. Yeah, the team was pretty good. By the way, Nice and Blunt, I'm going to message you whenever I get back tonight. I'm going to message you as well and try to set up another co-stream. Just be aware of that I will probably be like, I wish you would set up Discord so it'd be easy to get a hold of you, because I have to go through, I had to go through my email and find the message so I could reply back. I had been fading Jacobs early because he's old with a lot of touches. Now I remembered he's not competent, or there's not a competent back who can stay healthy on the roster. So I need to play. I want to be like 5 to 7%. Like, I think 5.5 to 6% is like exactly where I want to be, which is exactly where I'm at on Josh Jacobs. Yeah, like it'll make, well, number one, it'll just make collabing easier for you, because it'll give people a spot to just be able to message you that most people use. So like, it would just be easier for like you in the game of content if you want to have guests on all the time and stuff. Yeah, like that's the thing. They could literally have RB2 Damian Martinez right now. You heard it here first, guys. Damian Martinez is on the Green Bay Packers. I also have a pretty decent bag of Terry McLaurin in these contests, and I'm fine with that as well. Nice and who? Okay, so Mac Daddy, double elite quarterback, Puka, Neighbors, Allen, Lamar. Is this Gritty? Is this your girlfriend's account or something? What's going on here, sir? I have quite a bit of my Gibbs shares, I think, paired up with JMO. I don't have any Gibbs with Loveland, so that is definitely a hole in my portfolio. Something I've been chasing this, honestly. There's the JMO pick would be fantastic here. The Terry pick would be fantastic. The Rome pick would be fantastic. But there is a player that I really want here, and I'll just put him in the queue. It's DJ Moore. DJ Moore's going higher in all the other contests. So he does go. I kind of figured that would bait it out, but he's going higher on a bunch of other places. I think I want McLaurin here. Jaden Daniels falls sometimes. I don't think he will in this room because of this. I think he's a really good pick standalone anyway. So through 5 rounds, our team is Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, and Colston Loveland. So we have the double anchor RB. We have the hero or the elite tight end, and we have a hero wide receiver. So I think I like where this team's going for sure. But we're definitely going to stay focused here, and I think we're going to change the music. Let's go back to the original. I think this one may play a little louder. Let me know if the volume... I moved the volume down a little. Let me know if the volume's too low or not. Or too high. I try to have it as just background. But yeah, we're doing my sister's doing a little Easter thing for my nephew today, like opening all the gifts and stuff today because of the way her work schedule and my work schedule works out. I bought him some little Mario and Luigi walkie-talkies because why not? He's 5 years old, so loves anything, right? Like it's hard to not buy a bad gift. But I bought them so I could play with them, to be fair. You know how it is. You buy kids gifts that you want to play with just as much as they do. That's how it works, right? So I'm going to be probably in a fort later tonight or something to some extent. Playing I don't know, playing something. We'll see. We'll see what happens. All right, so Jaden Daniels doesn't make it back, which is perfectly fine. Mac Daddy takes Travion at 54. This is a reasonably close to what Gritty's been doing, other than the neighbor's pick. I mean, I've been wanting to get more Tyler Warren, but the problem is that so Caleb does go there. All of the quarterbacks are gone. So we are going. We're going to take Tyson. Yeah, we're going to take Tyson. And if Harvey falls back around, we'll take him. I don't love Harvey. Yeah, we'll take him. We'll take Harvey at 74. Like, just because of an ADP fall, I still do prefer Dobbins to Harvey, but I do understand, like, especially with the double elite, like, we're just fishing for spike weeks with Harvey, and that's something he will do. Just took my boys to see new Mario Big right now. Oh, nice. Was the movie good? Because I liked the one where the Donkey Kong one. I forget what it was called. Here you go, kid. A box of Cubans. You didn't say anything earlier for the review, but apparently you didn't care. You don't love Harvey? Neither does Sean Payton. There's something you two have in common. Sean Payton loves all of his players and then refuses to use them. It's crazy they spent that second round pick. Like, the two teams went out and spent that second round pick on their players. And then, like, actively did things to not use them. They liked it. It had its moments. So it was a fine movie is what you're saying. Yeah, it's hard to pass on 7th round Harvey. Like, especially, like, I think he compliments Gibbs Jacobs a lot too. You have to be over 25 to see the field on a Sean Payton team. That's why he loved Devon Vele as a rookie, right? Yeah, so seeing Harvey, like, I think we're going to see 7th round Harvey is going to be the normal. I think that's going to be the norm when BBM opens up. I think that Dobbins and Harvey will be at the 7-8 turn. I think they'll both be up here at the 7-8 turn, probably. Or not the 7-8 turn. I think they'll be, the 7-8 turn. I think that Harvey will fall back to kind of the middle of the 7th, and Dobbins will kind of be at the front of the 8th. Exactly where Najee Harris and Jalen Warren were 2 years ago. I think that'll be where they both end up in the draft process. Broncos are rumored to draft tight end in the 2nd. I hope it's not Stowers. I have a healthy amount of Stowers. Kill Max Claire's value. I don't have any Max Claire. I have 0 Max Claire, but I'm at the field with Stowers. I just don't think Stowers has a good path no matter where he goes for this year. All right, so I mean, Jackson Dart here is pretty fantastic. Like, this is pretty late for Dart. Game type pulls up Kyler Murray, huh? We're going to take Bo Nix or Jackson Dart here. Bo Nix is, like, I'm underweight Bo Nix. I don't want to be as underweight. The reason I took RJ Harvey was to kind of secure a quarterback here. I do know that I wasn't going to push him because this drafter here who sniped DJ Moore on me took Cortland Sutton. So got him back. We will take Jackson Dart if he's available too. Yeah. Well played, sir. Well played. We get Bo Nix and Jackson Dart. I think that was fantastic. So the team right now, we got a 2-3-3-1. We got Bo Nix. We got Jackson Dart. Running back, we got Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey. Wide receivers, Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Tyson. Elite tight end, and Colston Loveland. We are going to be a little thin at wide receiver, but I think that the team altogether is pretty solid. Kyler is short. You always have to pull him up. I don't know why when I was reading that my mind exploded, but it definitely did. And it all came together in one ball of like hilarity, basically. Yeah, so like I'm wondering, has Nintendo ever tried to make a trading card game? Because I know Disney recently, like they put out like Lorcana, a Magic the Gathering style trading card game. But I could see Nintendo doing one with all of their personally licensed stuff. And it would be a lot of fun. Like it would be pretty cool for kids. Like have a kid style like Hearthstone or whatever. Right? For anybody who's a gamer nerd like I am as well. Uh like if I could have like a TCG style like Hearthstone or Slay the Spire style of yeah, it's called Pokemon. Yeah, true, they do own Pokemon. Uh that's one of the few like one of those that I never played. Um so it looks like the more people that are coming in, the likely next pick feature, it looks like some people do enjoy it. I thought that at the moment, the poll, we've got 26 votes, 35 watching, and it's 23% yes to 77% no. It started off strong at 90% no. So, all right, let's look here. Definitely need wide receiver here. And I'm fine with all of these picks. Like, I'm fine with all of these. So as long as we can get one of those, we feel good. If we can get two of them, we feel great. I don't love Jaden Higgins. I think I prefer Downs. And then I'll take a lower owned guy here. Like if I can get Coker or Higgins. Higgins for the double stack. I think Higgins for the double stack is the move. That should most likely secure CJ Stroud to come back at 143. So like I don't love the Higgins price. The recent Tank Dell news of him hopefully being ready at some point in the season, I do think is good for Jaden Higgins. But also taking this pick reduces the option that somebody's going to take CJ Stroud before me. Now you could still take Stroud and backsack him with Dalton Schultz and Jalen Noel. I understand that. That's perfectly fine, perfectly acceptable. It's also fine to take him if you have David Montgomery as well, right? But that guy has Drake May and Mahomes. I don't know if they'll be doing that. So if I don't get him, I'm not that worried about it because I have two rushing style quarterbacks here. I think the next pick line is going to prevent deeper falls in ADP. I think that if they do it, like it should be it should be all the way down the board. Like or at least two full ADPs away. That way you could see like if you don't pull this player up, right? Like if you're going to do it, you need to do it more than just the next pick line. It should be your next two picks. That way, like, you can see, should I push it or not? Like, I just, the 20-second pick clock is a big reason for deep fall prevention than the pick line. Yeah, it is. All right. Little funk, or some people say the porno groove. Yeah, people time it out all the time, taking the top of the ADP, stuff like that. So Stroud does go at 129 there to Mufasa. They had to get a quarterback though. So I totally get it. I mean, right now it says your next pick will be below the line. I do think it needs some rethinking. Likely, right? I mean, it's something they're trying. I don't love it, but they're at least trying to improve it, right? Like we're all talking about how they don't do anything for draft games. Even if it's something we don't like, they're at least attempting something, right? So there is that, right? Like it or not, they are attempting something here. So Isaiah likely goes. That kind of sucks. I would love to get. Yeah, I'll take the fall on Goddard here. I think Goddard should be moving up, not down. Tyrone Tracy fits this team reasonably well as well. So we're going to stack both of our quarterbacks with RBs here. And at this point, I wish I would have taken Coker over Higgins because I could have stacked Bryce Young. And I like Coker more than Higgins as well. But we got some stacks. We got some late. Like we're going to take either Pat Bryant or Troy Franklin at the end of this draft to have a wide receiver stack with Bo Nix. Like we'll take one of them in like round 18, whichever one's left. But yeah, I'm at least glad that they're trying something, right? Like, do I love it? Absolutely not. Do I think it should have a toggle on and off? I do. I do think it looks a lot cleaner on the phone than it does on the PC. Like on the phone, it does look better, but they've set everything up to not be supported on the browser as well, is my feeling. So, like the PC drafters, like seem to run into all the issues because that's why I assume that's why they changed the website to .app, is so they could do everything on one browser basically, or on one setting. But yeah, I'm messaging my sister to make sure that that's still going on. I agree. It needs some rethinking. They should rethink adding the Linus dub. Useless feature for feature's sake introduces another thing to break down and draft. Yeah, no, they're trying stuff, and I do think it's a useless feature as well. Extremely easy to simply look at ADP and know, right? Yeah, if you're paying attention, it absolutely is. Stacking is not as important in this contest with the 30-man final. The same thing is to be said about the bigger board, right? Like naked quarterbacks and stacks matter a lot less. And like, I'm basically trying to like secure some backfield, right? Like, or secure all the points between Harvey, Nix, and the Broncos, right? And then Dart is going to be a big part. And Tracy, like, I'll lose all the Scatabo touchdowns, or potentially the Jeremiah Love touchdowns if that happens. But like, trying to secure a lot of the touchdowns in two offenses, I think, are a little undervalued at this point. Now, I don't love Zach Charbonnet as a pick. At 170, I'm almost interested. We're going to take Emmett Johnson here. For sure. And do we take a Sharp share? Man, I really don't like him as a pick. It's fine. Like, it's fine. I got him 25 picks after ADP, right? I should have enough firepower to get him there with Gibbs, Jacobs, Harvey, Tracy. I might even go 7 RBs here. I don't know. Probably not. Like, yeah. Back-weighted bet with goal line roll. Right, yeah. I think this is the 8. This is around where I think he should go. I do think that, like, but I also think he's a better pick in big board where it's a 3 of 12 advance versus a 2 of 12 advance, and it's a big finals because it's a spike week for the finals kind of pick. Now, you still need to spike in the finals on this, but you don't need the gigantic spikes, right? Because it's only a 30-person final versus a 588 seat final. So that's why Rusty was asking about, is stacking as important? It's really not, but you still want to stack because stacking elevates your team. Like if you're on the right team, like with the quarterback and you stack, it's a lot easier to get through the season as well, right? Because when Jalen Waddle has a good week, Bo Nix probably has a good week as well, it elevates the floor of that week, or it elevates your total points that week together. It's just less things you have to get right on the 2 of 12 part to get there. It is less important through the playoffs, though. And it's very important in the playoffs, depending on the structure. But in my opinion, with the 2 of 10, 2 of 10, and the 30-seat final, the stacking for that part doesn't matter. But the stacking part for, like, it's something I'm not, like, actively forcing in these contests, but it is a nice thing if it happens to fall, right? It's not a negative trait. Like here, I would love to get Darnell Mooney for Dart, but if I don't get him, I'm not really that worried about it. So Troy Franklin has fallen below Pat Bryant as well. I assume one of them will come all the way back. Tight end always feels kind of gross. So do I want a third tight end or do I want a second? I think I definitely want Mooney. I think I want to take Gunnar Helm here. Maybe. No, I actually feel really good about those 2 tight ends. Like, I think I got a really good value and an elite. So we're going to search for some ceiling here. We're actually going to pull Jeremy Bernard all the way up is what we're going to do. I think Jeremy Bernard, like, for this specific team, we do have Tyson, but we have Nico, Terry, Downs, Higgins, Mooney, and now we have 2 upside swings, and we'll take one more, maybe 2 more wide receivers. I wouldn't have minded another quarterback, but they're all gone at this point. So that's one reason I spent the capital at Dart and Nix. Now, there's a good chance that one of them gets hurt. But yeah. Stacking to make a correlated bet on the offense, that will be good. Yeah, that's basically what it is, right? Like in this contest, I want to stack good offenses or any offense because, like, if Cam Ward hits, he's probably bringing somebody along throughout the season. So it's a good correlated bet, right? Now, and that correlated bet is going to assist you to get out of the 2 of 12. Now, if my sister doesn't reply back, because we didn't discuss for sure that we were doing it today, we were planning on it, but that was a week ago. I'll probably just jump in another drafters draft. But if I do get a reply, we will be heading out. And by the way, if you're new and you like the content, please smash the sub. If you're watching over on X and you haven't came over to the Who Hames YouTube channel yet, that would help out tremendously. We are 9 away from the 12-hour live stream that we're going to do post NFL draft. I just put the link in the Discord or in the chat. So if you're on X, if you could click that link, come on over to the YouTube channel and give me a sub. That will keep me streaming to X as well. So that would be appreciated. First time I've asked. I might be the first time I've asked. I said something earlier, but first time I've asked during the war room. All right. So Shadur goes. Shadur. So how dead is Michael Penix, right? So here's my question. Do I take Deshaun Watson here? I kind of believe that Watson is going to be the quarterback, at least at the beginning of the season. I mean, we could just do this. We could just double backstack Bo Nix here. I think I like that, actually. Okay. So we'll take the one I prefer, actually. And we're going to take Watson here. If Deshaun Watson beats me this year, I give up in best ball. I think he's going to start the season. I think he's going to get like 8 to 10 weeks. They'll probably put Shadur in later. He's kind of a bet to make sure that he's just an extra body in case Jackson Dart gets concussed again. And that if Bo Nix isn't fully healthy at the beginning of the season, right? He's just a third body, a third quarterback to add in there. Do I think he's going to be available in the fantasy playoffs? Not really. But I think he's going to be available for a good chunk of the regular season. And in this contest with a 2 of 10, and a 30-seat final, I don't care as much. I do think that Tua is a better pick in this specific contest. I do think that Kirk Cousins is a slightly better pick in this contest. And I think that Watson is a slightly better pick in this contest because they're going to help your floor throughout the regular season to get out of the hardest part of it, which is the 2 of 12, right? So, and then you just got to hope that your two other quarterbacks are healthy in weeks 15, 16, right? And 17. So that's how I'm viewing it. Now, I'm kind of coping because I don't love it. I'm not a big Deshaun Watson bull. And I don't think that he's going to be a guy you want in the finals or anything. This is a very good question. Who plays more? Let's close this poll out. No, 79%. So, who plays more? Watson, Cousins, Sanders, or Mendoza? Everybody can vote here. That's a very good question. And then I'll give you my answer. Spoiler, it's going to be Deshaun Watson. I think that Watson's going to get like 10 games. I think Cousins is going to get like 8. I guess if Cousins gets 8, it might be Mendoza. Actually, it might be like 10, 9, 8, and 8 or something. 10, 9, 8, and 7. Right? Could be the numbers. All right. I'm fine with those 2 tight ends. All right. Which wide receiver do I want here? Let's go with some Tez Johnson here. Don't yell at me, Mike Rob. I see Alec Iomanner right there. Don't yell at me. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine, Mike Rob. Superflex is going to be interesting this year with all these options because they all basically stink. Yeah, I'll be going through these teams, by the way. Well, like in Superflex specifically, I'm going to want the guys starting in the finals because it won't be a 30-seat final, right? On the opposite side, Sanders will be on the field when it matters. I don't like in the 30-seat final for this contest, I think is the difference. Like I have Bo Nix and Jackson Dart. Like I just need a contingency plan in case they're unhealthy through the season. And I don't necessarily agree, or disagree with this. But he's also had a horrific offensive line, and they have improved their offensive line. So we got a 3-6-9-3 here, or 3-6-9-2. We got Bo Nix, Jackson Dart, and the man of the hour, Deshaun Watson. Running backs, Jahmyr Gibbs, Josh Jacobs, RJ Harvey, Tyrone Tracy, Emmett Johnson, Zach Charbonnet at 170. I think it's a fine RB room. We got 3 solid guys. Like we got double anchor with 2 spike week guys, a rookie dart, and a late season Hail Mary. Wide receiver, Nico Collins, Terry McLaurin, Jordan Tyson, Josh Downs, Jaden Higgins. For the double non-stacked quarterback, Darnell Mooney, Jeremy Bernard, Pat Bryant for the stack, Tez Johnson, Colson Loveland, and Dallas Goedert. So we got Pat Bryant and Harvey stacked up with Bo Nix. We only have Tyrone Tracy. We have Tyrone Tracy and Mooney stacked up with Jackson Dart. I think it's a pretty solid team. Not sure what y'all think. We got Dak here. With a 3-5-9-3. We got Caleb Williams, Tyler Shuck, Daniel Jones. Running back, Jonathan Taylor, Derrick Henry, J.K. Dobbins, Rashad White, Sean Tucker. Very solid room. I kind of prefer Dobbins to Harvey, but I took the Harvey fall. Wide receiver, Olave, Burden, Adunze. You did get the double. Nice. Romeo Dobbs, Adonai Mitchell, Isaac Tesla, Troy Franklin, Hollywood, who I will not draft, Jahan Dotson, Tyler Warren, Britton Strange, K. Dotton. Very solid room there. Solid wide receiver room. You got the double. You got a couple darts at the end with 2, the double stack and Olave and Dobbs to get you points every week. Very strong double anchor with other good pieces. I like the team. We got game tight. 3-6-8-3, Kyler Murray, Bryce Young, Ty Simpson. Running back, Travis Etienne, Quinshon Judkins, Blake Corum, Jordan Mason, Mike Washington, Jordan James. That's a fine room. I am actually kind of at weight on Blake Corum now. I've kind of come around to. I don't love the pick, but I tend to need a running back there a little more often now. Wide receivers, Jefferson, Igbuka, Mekhi Lemon, Jordan Addison. I think you pulled Kyler up. You did. So you got the double. That's why you did it. You did it for the double stack. Rashid Shaheed, Malik Willis, Jalen Tolbert, Xavier Leggett, Trey McBride, Hero, Isaiah Likely, and TJ Hawkinson for the triple stack. Pretty well correlated team. Very, like, you spent capital pretty evenly. I don't love the quarterbacks, but it could absolutely get there. The other three positions are pretty strong. We got Danimals here. Thank you. Yeah, it was all the team, by the way, was all brought together by Deshaun Watson, just so you're aware, sir. So you complimenting my team as you complimenting Deshaun Watson. You're welcome. Of course, Mr. Saul Miniman wasn't like Hollywood related. Absolutely. I was in on him before. Yeah. Gotcha. We got Danimals here, 3683. Joe Burrow, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, running back, Kenneth Walker, Javonte Williams, Keaton Mitchell. At 152, it's okay. I still don't like it. James Conner, Alvin Kamara, Ray Day. Wide receivers, Amon-Ra, T. Higgins, Parker Washington, DK Metcalf, Michael Pittman, Jalen Coker, Christian Kirk, Dontavian Wicks. Very strong wide receiver room. Laporta, Ferg, and Parkinson. Yeah, I like it. Your running back 3 is a little sketchy, but you do have 6. Connor plus Kamara should give you some weeks, at least early in the season. You do have 2 solid guys to get you there, and Connor and Kamara are going to give some weeks almost for sure. So it's a very solid room. And we got Mufasa here. We got a 3683. Dak Prescott, CJ Stroud. You had to pull him up. Just like you just had to get a second and third quarterback, right? You can't only Dak plus Stroud. So I feel like you ended up getting boxed out. Let me know if that is what happened. Running backs, we got Hampton, DeAndre Swift, Tony Pollard, Kenneth Gainwell, Rodriguez, and Tajay. That is a fire RB room. Wide receiver, CeeDee Lamb stacked up with Dak Prescott. You got Rashee Rice, Jalen Waddle. You pulled up to the other side of the board. Devontae Adams, who fell to 57. That's a fun wide receiver room. Quentin Johnson, Jalen Naylor. I like adding Chris Bell to a team that's very strong at wide receiver up top. You don't need him early in the season, and he could spike at the end and help you win. This is the exact kind of team I like Chris Bell on, where I spent 4 wide receiver picks before the 7th round. Chris Bell and those teams feel pretty good. Tight end, Juwan Johnson, Dalton Schultz for the backstack, Pat Freiermuth. So you double backstack, kind of like I was mentioning with Stroud. I like the team. Yeah, I know you weren't happy with having to do it, but you did it in a way that makes sense. Best ball is risky, high variance, and it makes my nipples perky. Best game ever. As I read it, I committed to the bit. You're welcome. We got for it. If you're in here, C-Knock, let me know. 2693. Matthew Stafford, Jordan Love. RBs, James Cook, Devon Achane, Kyron Williams, Dylan Sampson, Adam Randall, and Seth McGowan. Talk about some shots. This may be the only Seth McGowan share in the war room. I like it. And you're very, very strong here. 3 anchors and then 3 darts. Zay Flowers, Watson, Marvin Harrison. So you're definitely thin. Did you go 10? You went 9. Matthew Golden, Juwan Jennings, Debo. So you're thin, so you're betting on the 80, the good landing spots there. I like it. Jerry Jeudy is, if they don't draft 2 receivers in the first 3 rounds, Jerry Jeudy's an awesome pick. If they do draft 2, Jerry Jeudy may go to 0. I like the Jerry Jeudy pick though for this team in its current state. Kayshon Boutte at a big fall, and then Elijah Surratt, Fannin, Tucker Kraft, and T. Ferg. love that tight end room. Like he has that spike week ability, like his A dot at tight. Like I'm sure you were listening to Steve and I. Terrence Ferguson led all tight ends with I think it was 20 or more targets last year in A dot, and it like wasn't even close. Like it was so far ahead. I think it was something crazy like 20, 26 or something, like something insane. I'm probably wrong. I know we went over it. Let's just go look at it again. So weeks, remove those, position only tight end. Filter for targets, not target percentage, total targets greater than 20. All right, apply. And then average depth of target. Okay, it was 18.3. Number 2 was Darren Waller, 11.3. Like, that is a gigantic difference. And that's how they used him. And they specifically used him in that route. So, like, for best ball, I do like Terrence Ferguson a lot as a late dart. Now, Colby Parkinson was also, like, one of the best red zone target guys, I believe. Or the inside the 20 targets. Colby Parkinson was 4th last year. And this is excluding the playoffs. So, like, they're both good picks. Yeah, so but I have not gotten a message from my sister yet. But I think I'm willing to do a drafters mini here. So if you guys want, jump in this drafters mini right now. We only have 2 spots left. And then we will definitely be done after this. We got the 107. We got Coolers at the 9. We got Lutz at the 12. If you are in here and I did not call your name, go ahead and out yourself. Go ahead and shamelessly plug myself in the chat. Shameless plug, always good. Always good with a shameless plug. Drafters $3. The poll right now is very overwhelming. We got 30 watching and only 13 votes on the poll, though. I wondered if Lutz was in the draft, so I looked at the 112 first. Yeah, Lutz has been very unlucky in his seeding. So yeah, right now Mendoza is straight up at 50% playing the most games. I really think that Brady is going to do his best to make sure he doesn't play super early. So the current votes, we got 14 votes. Watson 14%, Cousins 21%, Sanders 14%, Mendoza 50%. So it looks like I'm on an island here. All right. Looks like Fatimus is going to take Mr. JSN. And we'll take Jonathan Taylor. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and take Jonathan Taylor. So First round, pretty common. Floofy here pulls up CMC. I'm not like I want to be 4 to 5% because I'm scared of CMC. I'm not gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm scared to fade. I'm scared to have a lot. Like playing scared is probably the wrong way to do it, but that's how I'm doing it. And on Drafter specifically, like if he done what he did last year, like he was such a good pick, right? Just such a good pick. Loots and coolers in a drafter's draft. So rare. You say that, but I have coolers actually has 77. I didn't know he had 77 done now. Yeah, I got 53. My goal is to get like 60-ish. Loots is at 27. He randomly finds me all the time. So we're gonna. I'm gonna have a hard time passing on. Let's put our nuts on the table and pull up Nico. Happy with Walker 15? Yeah, well, now that Love Stars and Davis Maddock are done autoing because they've both maxed this contest, like I know Love Stars had, I think that was their name, Love Stars. They had the auto, like I seen them auto K Walker at the 6th spot, like 4 drafts. I don't know how high they had him in the ranks, but it was at least at 106. And I know Maddock, I seen them auto him at the 107 a couple times. So now that those two are out, we're going to have like reasonable Walker picks, I think. Yeah, he was. I could bring up some drafts, but those two were both doing it. That's why Kenneth Walker's ADP shot up to like 10. So yeah. Hopefully it reset. Like hopefully Walker's ADP doesn't stay at like 12. I think that most people will end up like not committing to that bit. So, yeah, one of our stands is that we think Nico is pretty underpriced. We pulled him up here because the Jonathan Taylor plus Nico combination is going to be very, very rare. I know in the Jonathan Taylor plus Saquon, it's probably overall a better pick, but it's going to be highly owned. And I think it's more like a 60-40 which pick is better between Nico and Saquon by the end of the year. So, like, if Jonathan Taylor Saquon is going to be owned, let's say 18% of the time together, like, and I'm totally making these numbers up, and then Nico is going to be like 3% with Taylor, like I want some shares with Taylor and Nico, and I just flat out think Nico is mispriced. So, like I said, putting my nuts on the table. Making a call. Like I've pulled Nico up with Genty as well because it's going to be unique. Like I don't think it would be bad. I know somebody else is doing it with Olave. They've been doing that. I don't do it with Olave because Olave randomly falls back to the 30s. All right, so I think I want McMillan here. Yeah, we're going to take McMillan. That JT Nico combo will be big after the schedule release when it's in the fantasy playoffs. I mean, I've done that a couple times on Underdog, so I would love that. But yeah, he was also taking so I think he adjusted his ranks after that first day because he was doing a lot of 6 RBs in a row into Mahomes worthy if he got the 12 spot, because he got the 12 spot in 2 of my drafts that first day he was autoing, and it went 6 RBs in a row down to 61. And then at 84, he would take Mahomes and Worthy, and then he would take Worthy at 85. And this was in every draft. Like the 2 drafts I seen him, it was the same exact thing. He went straight down 6 RBs, then Mahomes Worthy, and then he took another RB at 108, 109. It was not optimal. Setting up auto ranks also gives you proper structure. It really is. Like, this isn't a knock on Davis's ranks. Like, the only way to set up proper auto ranks is to set up an auto rank, do a batch of like 3 or 4. Like, you set it up, do a batch of 3, 4, 5, and then adjust, and then do a batch of 3, 4, 5, and then adjust, and do that a couple times, and then let it go. Like, I think that's how, like, if you want efficient auto ranks, you kind of have to progressively do them, in my opinion. Or at least go back and look, like, do a batch of 5, go back and look at the board and see what happened, right? We'll take a share of Javante here. Since we've pulled up Nico, like, we can take players right at ADP straight down the board if we like them at this point. Not that you couldn't anyway, but like, I have the one unique piece and a piece that I think is solid. So now my whole team is just different. He had a 3. Yeah, well, so he did that a lot of times. It was like a 3-7-3-3. I've seen multiple teams of his auto draft having 3-7-3-3. Claude, auto draft 100 drafters minis, making no mistakes. Try doing a draft where you take players you don't like. Nah. No, I a little bit, but a lot of the Stroud stuff was that. So Stroud admitted that he was seeing ghosts a little bit last year. Nobody's really talking about it, but he did admit that. There was a talk where they were asking him. He's like, I got to get better because when I practice against it, because he was talking about how good their defense was. He's like, whenever I'm in practice, I practice against this defense, and they're always on me. And when I'm in a game, the defenses we're playing aren't as good, and sometimes I feel pressure that's not there, and I need to get better at dealing with that. So it's something he's at least aware of. And their offensive line wasn't good, but their offensive line is improving. So at least he's aware of the situation, and at least they're addressing the situation on top of it. That doesn't mean I'm not worried. And I'm not going to have like 18% Nico, but like I wouldn't mind having 15% Nico. Not that there's a huge difference in that. Yeah, if I had that O-line, I'd be jumpy too, right? Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like if I'm BTJ and I have Trevor Lawrence throw me hospital balls in preseason over and over again, I'm probably going to alligator arm a couple balls here and there, right? Like, I'm probably not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to like reach out for this all the time. Yeah, like that's what he like. It was an interview I heard, and he's like, yeah, our defense, like, it's just always on me. Yeah, we'll take Adams there. It was pretty funny. 7 more for 500. And by the way, if we hit 500, and it's going to be a win, as long as it's before the NFL draft, I'm committing to a 12-hour live stream after the NFL draft. Maybe the first week, probably the second week. It'll be like a Monday or a Tuesday. We're going to do a 12-hour live stream. Not sure the exact time, but we're going to do a 12-hour live stream for the celebration of 500 subs. And basically going to wait until I know a puppy is out, because I'm not going to max BBM. I'm not a BBM maxer. I prefer to do I prefer to use my budget to draft as many teams as I can. I'd like to get like over 1,500 teams done. And with the budget that I have, BBM makes that very hard to max that contest to do that. So I will wait for a puppy or something to be released. They'll most likely have a puppy released like the Tuesday after. But to be sure, I'll probably because I'll have to schedule guests and everything. So it'll probably be the week after the draft, like not the Monday directly after, but like the Monday directly after that is when I'm hoping to do that, assuming we get there. And we've had some pretty good growth over the last week or so. So I feel like we're going to get there. And I do thank everybody for doing that. I started working on the emojis for my channel the other days or today as well. So whenever we get to that, like I won't instantly activate members or anything. I want to make sure to get the emojis and everything lined up and get my plan in place before I activate that. So, but that will come. That will definitely come. So I was going to actually take Drake May there. Do I want Parker Washington? I don't get to very much Tyler Warren. We're going to do Tyler Warren here. I think that I'm just like, I've been needing, like, I'm only like 3% Tyler Warren, and that's wrong. Now, on this team where I pulled Nico up, it feels a little weird, but I do have an indie stat going still, right? Which of the 12 hours will be shirtless? Asking for Coolers. Well, it will be the section that Coolers is on. Funny enough, no, there will not be a shirtless part of my stream. That will probably never happen. But yeah, I mean, if Coolers wants to come on my channel and take off his shirt, he's allowed to. But I won't be doing it. I won't be joining. Shirts versus skin drafting. Yeah, exactly. That would be a pretty funny. That would be a really funny segment. I would never do it, but like I'll put it out there for anybody. Like this is like a BBG PPR Tyler Emo Cowboy. If any of you guys are listening, here's your new idea: search versus skin drafting every week. You guys make a bet on some ADP change that's going to happen. Whoever's wrong has to draft with their shirt off the next week. Very simple, easy engagement. You're welcome. You're welcome. Like, if you think that Shadur's going to go up in ADP and the other one doesn't, right? You make the bet. Very simple. And they all love taking their shirts off on stream, so you're welcome. All right, so I mean, Brian Thomas all the way back feels pretty good if we get that. We're definitely pushing quarterback on this team, though. Let's remove to live chat. Absolutely take Brian Thomas here. Like, we have a hero RB. Like, this team feels pretty fun. I highly doubt T-Law makes it all the way back. I actually passed on T-Law at 95 yesterday. I passed on... No, I didn't. What was that team? I don't think I ended up passing on him. It might have been a DK team, which doesn't count. Like, I'm fully aware that DK teams don't count. Let me look at my Discord. think I might have shared it in the Discord. Oh no, it wasn't. It wasn't him. It was Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert fell to 94. So, but I do remember seeing a draft where like all these quarterbacks are starting to fall a little bit, like I predicted a while back, that whenever we get the landing spots and all this stuff, like all the known entities are going to move down a little because now people feel better about taking one late. So I would love any of these 3 picks. Now, I probably won't be able to get any of them. It's kind of, I'm surprised that SOAJ here did not take Romeo Dobbs over Cortland Sutton there with the stack. What's up, Aaron Sandy? Thanks for popping in. Appreciate you for being active here. Today was your Tuesday's your Smokehouse Day. That's right. Tuesday's your Smokehouse Day. All right, time to change up the music again. Assuming you guys can even hear it. And shout out Jamie Pirog for all of the music that I use. It's made solo drafting so much easier. Yeah, we're moving up. Dave, I felt bad for Davis today. I popped in and there was 125 watching, and I was number 24. And I said something in chat. I don't remember the exact number, but it was under 30. And I was like, come on, chat, we're better than that. And then like 45 minutes later, he looked, he had 180 watching, and he didn't even have 45 likes. It's like, that's all. That's awful. I think it's just because people turn them on and have them on the TV and don't watch until later, right? I'm kind of vibing to this song. I turned it up a little bit. Let me know if it's too invasive as well. So the team right now, we have Trevor Lawrence stacked up with Brian Thomas. We have Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams. I kept thinking Jameson. I couldn't think Javonte. We got Nico McMillan, Adams, Brian Thomas, and Tyler Warren for the elite tight end. Or we just didn't like what he had to say. All right. Well, I appreciate everybody who comes in and smashes the like. Help Losimo fill the bigger board. I still need to do my final one. I'm going to send a DM later tonight to try to fill that. To try to see if I can get somebody on for a bigger board for my last one, assuming we can get it filled. I will keep people posted on that as well. All right, so I have a lot of outs to late quarterbacks. So, and quarterbacks are falling in this draft. So, in theory, I should be able to push my quarterbacks a little later as well. I don't think anybody's auto drafting, which is allowing this to happen. So, not a big Manungai fan. But he is going to put up some spike weeks. And I think this is where he should have always been. Him and Corum should have always been here and not at like 84, which is where Guy was. How would you feel if BTJ went to the Jets? I'd probably like it a lot more. Because we know Geno Smith can throw outside, and one of Trevor Lawrence's biggest negative is that he's never proven to be able to throw well to outside receivers. And Geno Smith, we know, can do that. Like, he's done that in the past. They have a really good offensive line. Now, the offensive environment is going to score way less touchdowns, but I think that having Wilson on the outside and Breece Hall, like, I think if they could get a really solid wide receiver too, like, they could be a surprise offense this year. I also don't think that their defense is going to be elite by any means. And if their defense isn't elite, they're probably going to be behind a lot, obviously. And they're going to be chucking the ball a lot. And I think having BTJ there alongside Garrett Wilson would be fantastic. I almost took Gainwell straight up over Guy, so this feels pretty good. We're going to push quarterback on this team. I like this team a lot. We got T-Law at 90. We got Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Guy, Gainwell. Wide receiver, Nico, McMillan, Adams, Brian Thomas on a fall, and Tyler Warren. I was debating on taking Brian Thomas, and I took Warren instead. I get him back. I was debating on taking Gainwell over Guy. I didn't, and I got him back. So, for the room I'm in, I've made good decisions so far, which means I've got like the 8,000th place team out of the 9,336 entrants here. But I want to thank everybody who's hit the sub today, and everybody who's hit the like as well. It helps out quite a bit. Definitely enjoy. I enjoy doing this. I think I would do this no matter what, but it does feel good to actually have people enjoy it. And by the way, Jamie is going to be on a show later tonight. I'm going to put that link in the Who Crew Discord for those of you who haven't joined or have joined and aren't paid, like, don't look at all the channels. I got a crew media section there, and that section is available for anybody who does stream. Just post when you go live there. If you want to shout out other people, you can. But I'm going to put that stream that Jamie's going to be on. It's he's got 200 subs. That guy does. I'm not sure who it is. I haven't watched him, but I'm going to pop that in there. I went over there. I subbed. But that channel is used to build the community, basically. All right, so do I want White here, or do I want one of these tight ends? I want McMillan. I hate full PPR drafters because it hates me. It's just love Jamie. Jamie's awesome. And by the way, Jamie is the guy who made the music, so it would be awesome if everybody could support him with his show as well. Would love to get Daniel Jones back on this team. I have kind of stopped taking Omar Cooper on drafters because I have so much, and his ADP is finally at a point to where I still think that his ADP will be higher, but I've got like 38%. So I don't really need as much anymore. Like, if he's a smash, I'm doing well anyway. I think that his price has gotten to the point that, like, I don't feel like he's just clearly the best pick at his ADP anymore. I think he's kind of in the range that the other picks are fine until we find out for sure that he was a first round pick. Yeah, which one? This one or this one? Let's play the original that he set for me. I'll turn it up a little bit. This one? Been trying to get more, did not have enough. If you were listening to me, you would have had a bag. An absolute bag. I had 67% on drafters that picked 200. 67%. This one, I figured it was this one. Yeah, I love this song. Right? Well, hopefully you ended up enjoying the content. So Steve Schaup and I from Fanspeak Network, if you're not subbed over to Fanspeak Network, give them a shout as well. They do Sibling Showdown in like an hour, I believe. That's one of my favorite shows to watch. It's a brother and sister arguing the whole time. Like, basically the sister pushing around the brother to draft Pat Fryermuth to Camp Scatabo. It's a great watch. Like, that's exactly what it is. Meg sitting there like, oh, come on, but we can take Camp Scatabo. Like, we need Aaron Rodgers so we can take Pat Fryermuth. Like, that's the entire draft. It's a great time. But I do a show with Steve. Right now, it's every Tuesday. And that show, that show, like, we did it yesterday. We went over tight end pricing. Or I guess we did it Tuesday. We did tight end pricing and stuff. We've committed to doing a month, like, we're going to upgrade the show and add a couple people, and it's going to be a show on Monday nights post NFL draft. The more information will come out on that down the line, but we've got the people there, and it's going to be more of a database show and like talking through stuff instead of just drafting teams as well. The Who stack of Cooper and DeMarcado at 30%. Shh. Quiet in French. Don't give away my secrets. Cody OTS agrees with you. Scatabo style ain't conducive. No, I'm not going to argue against that. But he could absolutely put up 12 to 15 touchdowns this year. You know, if they don't draft Jeremiah Love, Scatabo could absolutely put up 15 touchdowns this year, right? And we're drafting for this year, not for the future. And the injury he had last year was actually a big fluke, not an injury related by running hard. Yeah. And like, it's all about like how you view it. Like, and I view it with an optimistic lens. We all know that. I won't deny it. I view it with an optimistic lens. Do I take a JCM share here? No, we take Denzel Boston. That's something we were discussing last night as well. So in all of these contests, Omar Cooper started at the 200s. In this specific contest, he was in the 160s whenever this contest launched, but Boston was in the 110s, right? Boston originally was like at 90. At this point in all the contests, Denzel Boston is now behind him and Cooper is ahead. Even if you think that Cooper is the better prospect, which I do, Denzel Boston is the better selection now based on ADP value. Now, if you just don't like him as a prospect at all, look, fine, still fade him. It's fine. Right? But if you like him as a prospect at all, he's clearly just the better pick now. And this is from somebody that has absolute bags of Omar Cooper. Like, you come to Underdog, we got 28%. Let me, like, I have a bunch of Emmett Johnson on both sites as well. If we come on over to Drafters, I have 37 shares, 34% Omar Cooper with an average ADP of 181. Right? So, like, I'm a bull on him, and I'm going to tell you right now that Denzel Boston is probably the better pick. Although I do think that Omar Cooper, like, now when all the ADPs reset or a new time box comes out, like in the War Room, that's not the same because Denzel Boston's ADP started at this and will always be drafted at this. And I think Cooper's just the better pick. But in a contest that's been open for a while, I think the Boston is clearly the better pick. I don't like JCM, but we'll take a share at 162. Welcome to my 3% JCM. I mean, so give me a second. So I have him ranked at wide receiver 10 of the rookies this year. That's where I have him. So let me find my sheet real quick. All right. All right, so this is my sheet. This is my post-combine ranks. This is Steve's ranks as well. So the ones in green are the ones I expect are 100% drafted top 50 picks. I think all these picks are like almost guaranteed to, at minimum, be a second-round pick, most likely top 50. These in white, I believe, are like pretty much locked into day 2 capital. And I think that these are guys who could be day 3 cap or day 2 capital. So I like Surratt. I love Skylar Bell. If when Chris Bell is healthy, I think he's going to be a fantastic fit. More starts this year, Deshaun Watson or Mendoza? That's the poll question, sir. JCM's efficiency and yards after contact numbers were good. I think he doesn't have vision. That's where I just don't think he has good vision. All right, so I'm going to take Schultz here. Yeah, we're going to take Dalton Schultz here. I had to think for a minute. Did I want to stack Houston offense without Stroud or not? Did I want the extra quarterback or not? I think I'm willing to just take one of these two, assuming they come back. And if they don't, I'm fine with just those 2 quarterbacks. I think Ted Hurst is definitely a day 2 guy. Yeah, that's literally the poll question. I'm on Watson, but I think it's going to be like 10 games for Watson, 9 games for Mendoza, 8 games for Cousins, 7 games for Shadur. Like, I think it's going to be very, very close. Yeah, the vision and the fumbles not great. Like whenever he's given a hole, he explodes through that hole. But he has, like, it's just like RJ Harvey. He has trouble seeing the hole. And then we'll play the other Who song that Jamie made. vision, hard to relate if you never worn a helmet. Kenneth Walker had some of those issues early too. Well, so the bullish thing to me on Kenneth Walker is in the postseason, for the first time ever, he showed patience. He actually stopped behind the line of scrimmage, allowed his blocks to set up, and then he moved, right? So like if he does that in Kansas City where we have a really good interior offensive line, he's going to be an awesome pick. But the question is he going to do that? Because he only ever showed that for like 3 games, right? 11 seed Raw Dog Randy. What we got here? 0583 here from the 11 hole. James Cook, Quinshawn Judkins, RJ Harvey. Not gonna lie, not my favorite team. Sir, you need to find some free content out there and pay attention, or stop auto drafting. I don't know which. You need to do something. 1 seat making up for it by taking the 4 quarterbacks. I see I see this drafter in a lot of drafts, and I see them at the front all the time as well. QBs are overrated anyway. I'll just stack up Kirk Cousins. Like, what we got? Kirk Cousins, Justin Fields, Shadur. Like, he's going to go four quarterbacks here. J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix, Mac Jones, Jameis Winston. Nailed it. Nailed it. So I do probably want a third tight end here. I love Gunnar Helm, and I like Terrence Ferguson. So we're going to probably do one of those. Who Hames spatial is not of this earth. Believe him. But yeah, so back to my, we'll go back to my rookie ranks if you guys want to look at those again. But it would be hilarious. It would be absolutely hilarious if he just all of a sudden turned into Deshaun Watson from his rookie year. That would really, it would kill a lot of people. Like, luckily, Deshaun Watson isn't like 100% drafted in these contests, right? But yeah, we got to 50 likes. I want to thank everybody who joined in tonight. I've had a lot of fun. I think I've drafted some banger teams. Yeah. You're not wrong. So, Taylor, Javonte, Monungai, Gainwell, and Merritt. Do I want... Yeah, I think I'm fine. I think I'm fine just going 3-6-8-3 here. So, like, Wicks is a guy who hasn't been 100% drafted in these lobbies. So, I don't mind taking him. I know he's starting to go in every draft, mostly because I think Maddock had him rated reasonably high. Jalen Knoll is a player. I don't want him on this team because I already have 2 Houston players without Stroud. But Knoll's a player who probably needs to move up. Kyle Williams is a good spike week option. If Mooney is healthy, he's not that bad. Come on. Mooney is ass. You get to hear this consistently in the Hangout channel and Discord. every time somebody names a player, Lutz literally drops whatever he's doing in his life to jump into Discord to talk crap about that player. And it's usually this exact comment with a middle name in there, with a full government name. Malik Willis, head of ADP. Ass pit coolers. Do you even consider floor RBs like Hunter, Tampa Bay, Mason, Minnesota, Pacheco? Yeah, absolutely. Like, you want to layer, you kind of want to layer your teams to have some floor RBs and some ceiling RBs, right? Now, the ceiling weeks matter way, way more. But if you have only ceiling week, like ceiling players, like you may have a week to where you have a couple like 3-point, like you started a 3-point thing guy because they just didn't hit, nobody hit a ceiling in 1 week. So I think having the players like Mason, I don't really consider Pacheco a floor play, but I think that like Mason is a really strong floor play. I love Algier as a floor play. Like, he's the grossest, like, give us a 9 to 12 point week every week guy. He'll spike with a touchdown for 17 points here and there. But I think he's a really good pick at ADP. Let's go. Yeah, let's take Brazel here. I don't do a lot of Brazel anymore. We'll take Brazel here. And then we're gonna take a random we could do a LeQuint Allen share here. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a LeQuint Allen share, assuming we're allowed to. If not, I've been trying to mix in a little bit of Taj Brooks and players like that as well. We could take a player that nobody else will have in this contest that I think is going to be like a 6th-round pick that I really like, but we're not going to do that. We're not doing that. The James Conner value just feels... I disagree slightly because they went out... I think I just like Tyler Algier. Like, Algier had an awesome rookie season. Connor does feel like he's going to get the passing work, though, right? I think it could be like I know they're not like I'm not comparing these players at all, like to how they play, but stylistically the way they run the offense, it could be a Sean Tucker, Bucky Irving situation with James Conner and Algier, to where Algier gets all the inside the 20 carries, or actually Charbonnet and Kenneth Walker, I guess is the better comp. Like, because like they'll use Conner every time they want to kind of do receiving stuff, and when they're close, they'll use Algier, because Algier's never really had more than like 17 receptions in a season, if I remember right. But we're about to close this poll out. Who plays more? The poll wins is Mendoza. Kirk Cousins is number 2 at 26. Nobody thinks the Browns players are going to play at all. Like, the fact that 75% is on the Raiders side means that everyone expects Watson and Sanders to both play 8 to 9 games. Algier is like, oh, no, he's exactly like a Charbonnet clone. But Charbonnet would have paid off round 7 ADP last year, right? Like, he was fine. He wasn't like a smash pick, but he would have paid that off. And he gives you enough of a floor that you can pick some like late RB. Like, in a 0 RB team, Algier and Dowdle are like the perfect players. We got a 3-5 or a 3-6-8-3 here. We got Trevor Lawrence, I'm going to turn the music down. We're going to just turn the music off. This is the end of the stream. We got a 3683 here. We got Trevor Lawrence, Daniel Jones, and Aaron Rodgers unstacked. We got Jonathan Taylor, Javonte Williams, Kyle Monangai, Kenneth Gainwell, JCM at 162, LaQuint Allen stacked up. Wide receiver, Nico McMillan, Adams, Brian Thomas, Jalen McMillan, stacking McMillans, David Denzel Boston. Sorry, David. Dontavian Wicks and Chris Brazel. Tight ends, Warren, Schultz, and Helm. So we have a double stack here with Trevor Lawrence, with LaQuint Allen and Brian Thomas. And we have a Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Tyler Warren stack. It's a pretty fine team. We will review the new members team as well. MW24. We got a 2693 here. We got Caleb Williams and Kyler Murray, Kenneth Walker, DeAndre Swift, Aaron Jones, Mike Washington 135, Emmett Johnson 178. I love the Emmett Johnson pick. Chris Brooks, a player I haven't taken yet, but I do think is a perfectly clickable player. I think he's a fine player. Wide receiver, Justin Jefferson, Luther Burden, Jordan Tyson, Jordan Addison. So you do the double stack and you do pull Kyler up. Or no, you got him after ADP. So I love that. Xavier Worthy, Jerry Jeudy, Brandon Ayuk, Zachariah Branch, and Alec Iomanner. That's a really nice room with floor and ceiling. The Jeudy pick alongside of Worthy, Addison, and Burden, like he's your floor play for all of those guys. Like I like, and then you're just hoping that those guys spike intermittently, right? And then Colson Loveland, Eli Stowers, and Taylor. Very, very strong team. Let's see what ass players Lute's drafted. We got a 3683 here. We got Brock Purdy. We got Jacoby Brissett. We have Geno Smith, who he has said his ass. Ashton Jeanty, Jeremiah Love, Breece Hall, Rashad White, James Conner, Ray Davis. Very strong running back room. Devonta Smith, Cardell Tate, Alec Pierce, Ricky Pearsall, Romeo Dobbs. I think this is where he should go. I think he goes a little too high on drafters, so I love that pick. I just couldn't make it because I was like Brian Thomas was there. What was I supposed to do? Omar Cooper, Tank Dell, and Kendrick Bourne, Arade Gadsden, Pat Fry, and you went double Pittsburgh tight end there just to try to spite me, didn't you? Ashton Jeanty? Yeah. Like, is he anti-Jeanty? Just curious. I know that he believes A.J. Brown's getting traded, which does make Devonta Smith a better pick if that happens. Very solid team, even without that as well. I like the Bourne pick in the 20th round as well. And by the way, we got Lutz with Ashton Jeanty, so let's hit him with the clip.
Yo, getting Jenny with it. Getting Jenny with it.
All right, we got FK Coolers here. We got a 2783. We have Joe Burrow, Malik Willis stacked up with Achane. That is how I would stack Achane. And I think it picks 16. Like, Achane needs to go in that range. That is where I'm at. Algier, Rico Dowdle, Emmanuel Wilson, Brian Robinson, Sean Tucker, Jaden Blue. Ew. Ew. Jaden Blue. CeeDee Lamb, T. Higgins, DJ Moore, Christian Watson, Quentin Johnston, Christian Kirk, Darnell Mooney, Kyle Williams, likely Kelsey and Andrews. Very, very strong tight ends for waiting. Very well balanced team there. Like, I'm not going to select Jaden Blue, but I understand it. And I don't mind stopping at two quarterbacks there with Joe Burrow's capital and then Malik's ability to possibly spike. The only stack with Achane is Malik Willis. So you're basically securing every touchdown in that offense. I like the teams. I don't think anybody else is in here, but I want to thank everybody for coming out. More HF for the believers. What's up, Wilson? We are just rounding this out. You wanted the 7th running back? Yeah, no, it's very, very ugly down there. Like you're going into the darkness. Like, no, you don't get a mining hat or anything. You just go straight to the darkness and you just start just picking up whatever you can. But I want to thank everybody. I will be back probably tomorrow night doing another drafters at about this time. So I'll see y'all then. Peace.
Hey, we're grinding through the torment. High volume, no management. Taming souls indecent. Grinding drafts through the abyss, no rest in our veins. Feel striking like lightning, flooding endless pains from late season voids. He's dropping all the flames. Bestball Degens unite, shattering the chains. Old school RB stacking fury, derailing trendy trains. Who is commanding the storm etched in our brains? Who? Hey, thunder in the names, claiming all the kills, flames, names, games. Degen wrath of fuse, stone age torment remains. Bestball eternal, in remains infernal domain. Pterodactyl pigs screaming, came in chaos reigns. Fossil fury fuels the fire.